Welcome to Thriver TV, the place to break free from narcissistic abuse with quantum tools and understandings. Today, I want to talk to you about an especially important topic. It's called echo. Echo is an interesting name in narcissistic abuse communities. You may know of the myth of Narcissus and how Echo fell in love with him. Narcissus was obsessed and in love with his own reflection in the water, and he starved Echo of his love, which caused her to wither away and die. Today, that's not the Echo I'm talking about. The Echo that I do want to share with you is about the acronym, the Empowered Code for Healthy Outreach. Why am I talking about Echo with you today? Because understanding Echo will change the way that you reach out for help with narcissistic abuse and deliver you powerfully onto the path of your true healing. As you watch this episode, I promise you that you'll start to understand why. So how did Echo come about? Echo was originally the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Members Forum Code of Conduct, and our beautiful MTE team member Violet channeled this incredible and updated acronym name, which is just being released right now. Okay, so now to the history of how this code launched today as Echo came about. Many years ago, as my narcissistic abuse recovery work expanded, many people from all over the world who'd been narcissistically abused were meeting in my forum. It shocked me how people stuck in so much pain were lashing out, not just about what the narcissist had done to them, but at other members of the forum as well. The forum environment was incredibly toxic. It was beyond difficult to try to help people heal. And when people did try to encourage other people to drop the war story and start looking within to heal themselves, these people were demonized and attacked. They were called victim shamers and blamers, as well as many other things. This was horrible to witness. How could I sort this out? I wanted to honour people who'd been victimised so that they could share their story, but it needed to be in a healthy way so that they could be met and supported to turn within and self-partner and start powerfully healing. I sat with it one afternoon in deep inner inquiry, and the answer came. The answer was Echo. What is Echo? Echo is a code to help people heal. It is many things, and there is one part of it that I want to share with you, which is the 3-step process regarding how to share information to generate healing. Hence why Echo is called the Empowered Code for Healthy Outreach. Let me explain this to you, starting with step 1. Step 1 is explain the situation factually. This is a statement of what your situation is regarding narcissistic abuse, or actually anything that's troubling you. Often, of course, in victimized pain, you look outwards and are in the war story of what happened to you, which is completely and utterly understandable, yet this ignites cortisol and adrenaline. It accentuates fight and flight, which is trauma. And we know now from the incredible work of scientists such as Bruce Lipton and Joe Dispenza that when we're in this state, there is a dire disconnection from calm, power, and solution, as well as healing and evolution. In this place of heightened stress, you are also cut off from health and well-being. Your immune system and response to disease and threat physically, emotionally, and spiritually is reduced terribly. Fight and flight is effective when you're in the situation of physical threat and need to get up a tree away from a predator. However, in terms of sorting out and healing and empowering our lives, this state is disastrous. Not only does it impact us negatively, it triggers other people to catch the disease of victimisation, which ignites peptide addiction and keeps people extremely sick and in progressive disintegration. This is not just delaying healing, it actually makes it impossible. Of course, venting in this way is completely understandable, but we can grow up to the point where we ask ourselves, what do I really want to achieve regarding my healing? Do I want to get to the resolution of the trauma and claim my power, freedom, and health? Of course you know the answer to that question. Okay, so rather than expressing what is happening to you in a traumatized, victimized way, which of course is very compelling and even addictive to do, if your explanation is calm and factual without using emotionally triggered words and statements, this keeps your inner being in a much healthier place. Also, it doesn't trigger others into reactivation of trauma and powerlessness. Please know, I want you to understand this. There is no such thing as right or wrong. There is only what does and doesn't work in relation to what we want to achieve. So in regard to step 1, explain the situation factually, let me give you an example of what doesn't work as opposed to what does to take you towards your healing. So this is the example. Jane is suffering the trauma of being hooked into her ex and she can't stop breaking no contact. A victimized way for her to reach out for help in this situation would be something like this. I'm losing my mind. Why am I so stupid? Why can't I stop going back? He just keeps hurting me and I can't stop loving him. Jane at this point is looking outside at what is happening in her life, and she's not started to self-partner to connect to her emotions, her subconscious programs, to get into her body where her power really is. Yet, a small shift in the awareness of how to express what is happening to her can start that process by saying something like this. And this is step 1. Explain the situation factually. Saying something like this. I have broken no contact 3 times in the last week. Every time I contacted him, he is still abusing me and I get treated worse. Okay, so the shift here is that Jane is simply expressing, this is step 1, there's more to come of what she needs to say to get help, but this is the first step. This is her expressing what has happened to her factually. This keeps her in her body and not falling into triggered peptide programs. And now Jane can move on to step 2, which is claim and express your painful emotions. And this part is initially tricky for people to do, but it's so powerful and 100% necessary for you to generate true healing. By ceasing to focus on the outside and start coming deeply inside, you will awaken to contact and start to heal your subconscious inner programs that are unconsciously co-generating the pain that you're presently experiencing. The reason why going inside to claim your own feelings is so powerful is because you are the only person who has the power to change in order to change your life. So what this means is you can start connecting to what you are feeling inside you and name it. This brings you relief and power by putting you back inside your being, which is the only place where your power is. Without you doing step 2, healing is just not possible. So let me give you an example of how this works with Jane again. In her initial powerless statement, she said, "Why am I so stupid? Why can't I stop going back?" These statements are being completely disconnected from self rather than being self-partnered. Her path to becoming powerfully self-partnered and healing her traumatized feelings began when she said, this is step 2, claim and express your painful emotions. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I feel powerless, worthless, broken. I feel like I'll die without him loving me. I feel like I can't live life alone without him and that there is no hope for me to be okay on my own. This is what makes me contact him. By being real about what is going on inside of her, Jane has just opened up an incredible truth channel where others in the forum now can have deep insight to what's really going on inside of Jane and can reflect back to her why she's in such a hooked in situation. And this is what, as thrivers, we do for each other in quantum ways. And it's incredibly healing. And you're going to understand why soon. So none of this orientation and true solution was possible until Jane used the echo method. Step 3 is also vital. It's this: ask for a solution. When you don't ask for help and simply post about your suffering, what you're saying to yourself, others, and all of life is this: I'm a victim. I don't deserve help. I'm not worth helping. There is no support for me. This will not shift in your experience until you start showing up asking for what you need. This could be as simple as asking, please help me with this. How often have you heard somebody bang on with ferocity, pain, and devastation? You don't even know whether they're asking for help or they're just venting. Something powerful happens when you set the intention and express that you want solution and healing. It starts the cogs of life shifting gears to support you and help bring that to pass. So, after step 2 and Jane owning her feelings, she then posted, and this is step 3, ask for a solution. Please, someone help me. Please help me get strong so I can stay away from him. Previously, Jane had not asked directly for any help at all. Now Jane could be met powerfully, truthfully, and lovingly in a way that helped her claim, shift, and heal the necessary inner traumas to have her thriver breakthrough. When Jane was instructed to meet in her body and shift exactly the traumas that she felt in her body, that she'd named from her inner being, when she did that with the NARP healing modules, she discovered the truth about what was really going on. Somewhere in her past, Jane established wounds of not being worthy of love, of feeling that she had to earn it. And she knew the familiarity of people who love me, hurt me, abandon me, and don't want me. She had established these beliefs. If people leave me, I'll die. I'm defenseless on my own. And these were huge, young survival programs established in her DNA as a child and even further back that had caused Jane to feel powerless to overcome them. And this was why she'd kept going back to be battered time and time again, even though she wanted the abuse to end. And she wanted to leave. The same is true for all of us. There is a reason within as to why we can't get out of the abuse patterns. Jane released and reprogrammed these wounds with NARP module work. She then went free of these traumas and easily held no contact. So let's look at the shift from victimization to echo. Let's just refresh our memory again. Jane's victimized post was, I'm losing my mind. Why am I so stupid? Why can't I stop going back? He just keeps hurting me, but I can't stop loving him. Now I want you to feel into these words that I just said and feel the energy. What did they feel like in your body? Do they feel messy, traumatized, confused, and hard to meet and help? If somebody said that to you, how do you help somebody who is in this place? It's very hard to do. Are they even in a space where they can be helped? Usually not. Now let's go through the echo method of expressing yourself and see how that feels in your body. So step 1, explain the situation factually. I've broken no contact 3 times in the last week. Every time I contact him, he is still abusing me and I get treated worse. Step 2, claim and express your painful emotions. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I feel powerless, worthless, broken. I feel like I'll die without him loving me. I feel like I can't live life alone without him and that there's no hope for me to be okay on my own. This is what makes me contact him. Step 3, ask for a solution. Please somebody help me. Please help me get strong so I can stay away from him. Feel this in your body. I want you to really feel it inside. Reaching out like that. And now I want you to pause this video and share in the comments how this echo way of reaching out feels in your body. And of course, it's still going to feel painful, but does it feel more solid? Does it feel more powerful? Compare the two. Okay, so I hope that this has brought to light some of what goes on in the NARP community behind the scenes in our private forum. There is healing, miracle after miracle in there every day. NARP and Echo combined are powerfully responsible for that, as are the incredible MTE staff of moderators and also beautiful loving thrivers, ever capable and able to support you with your thriver healing and breakthroughs. I really want you to know that Echo is not just for the NARP Members Forum. It's such an empowered and healthy way to be able to conduct your entire life because it allows you to stay in your body and co-generate real solution and healing. Those of you NARPers who are gold members and are not as yet active in the forum, I want you to come into the forum and receive these magical up levels and transformations. And for those of you who are not as yet NARPers, I can't recommend enough that if you're struggling with recovery or you're in toxic environments of victimization and venting with other people or even with yourself, to think seriously about getting involved in this incredible community as a NARP member. And you can do so and become a NARP member today by clicking the link at the top of this video. And as always, I look forward to answering your comments and your questions below. So, until next time, keep smiling, keep healing, and keep thriving, and really think about Echo. It makes such a difference. Lots of love. Bye-bye.